Hello, good evening, and welcome back to Netflix Football. It's been quite a while since I've done the last Monday Night Football, owing to my health, owing to my busy schedule, owing to this, that, then, there, whatever. But I'm back in good health and fortune. Just a bit, I have a mild cold. No, that was not for sure. But then again, this was a weekend of upsets, alright, because a lot of results that we were planning did not go the way we planned. Still waiting on Prashant Bhau. He is finishing another podcast, so he'll be joining midway and I'll start the session, of course. Oh, goodness gracious. It is good to be back in YouTube once again, but then again, this is tiring stuff. I'll start off with the eventual how the fixtures went by, starting off with the Premier League, of course. Manchester United versus Everton. This had quite a lot of talking points, especially Everton of all teams did not have their full strength. They expected Man United with even a strong second squad to be beating Everton all ends up. United were definitely playing well, but the continuous debate of Scott McTominay and Fred starting in midfield has it's erupted in social media at this point of time, considering how much eruption has WhatsApp, Facebook, and Twitter and Insta being down given. Although I cannot actually portray this to my friends and folks because I cannot just spam them in my chat box or because Twitter being down. But then again, you'd expect the likes of these teams to have to give the fight that they have. Other results, if you look at Chelsea and Southampton, Chelsea probably one of the best teams on the land as well, struggling against Southampton until they got the red card. Wolves winning against Newcastle, Burnley, Norwich in a stalemate, Leeds winning 1-0 at Watford. I'm hearing that Claudio Ranieri has been selected as the new Watford manager, but further confirmation on that as in due time. Brighton and Arsenal getting a 0-0, Tottenham 2-1 against Aston Villa, West Ham going down to Brentford, who have started this season on fire at this moment of time. Crystal Palace, Leicester 2-2, Liverpool, Man City 2-2. So a lot of draws in this game week other than Chelsea, Wolves, and Leeds and Tottenham winning on the trot. Brentford as well coming up with the goods. But then again, as the PL table stands at this moment of time, as we are seeing Chelsea on top with 16 points, Liverpool just 1 point behind with 15, Man City, United, Everton, Brighton, and Brentford close behind. So all the way down to the top 10 being separated by just 6 points. It is crazy in the 7th match week. It is absolutely crazy. I'll continue about talking about Manchester United because this is the team that probably has the best squad and one of the best results not one of the best results, as one of the best second squads on paper as well, on par with Chelsea and Man City. Even we can beat the likes of Liverpool in terms of bench strength at this moment of time. Van de Beek has been continually being spoken of as one of the, he should be starting. Especially, we say that bench strength, this, that, but he should definitely be starting, considering the fact that he has the pedigree, he has the know-how, he has the affluence. Van de Beek should 100% be starting. So, what's the story on that? Is that Fabrizio Romano recently on his timeline said that you need to be expecting this kind of thing. Van de Beek from Ajax, he was a regular starter, and he is definitely looking to leave the club in January for further game time. He wants to get back into the Netherlands national team setup where he is not getting a chance considering his lack of minutes. Well, Louis van Gaal has stated that if you're not having minutes, you're not getting into the team. That is something vital. So Everton had made a loan offer for him on deadline day, so they are still wanting him on to replace that gap that James Rodriguez has left gaping. And they're looking for a number 10 that looks to be linking that amazing front two that they have in Calvert-Lewin and Demarai Gray, of course, who we saw in midweek playing number 10, but he's better off used from wide left. Richarlison would be coming on into the fray as well. Townsend. All the Premier League teams have been a very, very decent enough squad to bolster their proceedings in the league. Liverpool Man City was especially astounding, the match. People saying that this was the best match by far. See the stats, Man City 12 shots, 3 on target. Liverpool, I'd say, dominated proceedings, but then again, Bernardo Silva, what a player. Bernardo Silva was absolutely brilliant in that match. But Jurgen Klopp and Pep, that was, you expect fireworks from this match, and you got your fair share of proceedings as well. Considering all the facts and procedures that these two would probably go up, I thought Manchester United would be in and around all those. Aditya says Phil Foden, of course, what a talent, 21 years old and grasping, taking the match in the scruff of the neck was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Just one thing I would like to want to know from you guys, how many of you are not missing Twitter? How many of you are not missing WhatsApp, Facebook and Instagram, and just pop at YouTube and come on and come to see my show? Just put it on the comment section if you think that that is the case. But discussing, but what a goal from Mohamed Salah. That goal was will probably go down in one of the best goals. It was magnificent. I saw a lot of people saying that if he scored this for either of Real Madrid or Barcelona or Manchester United, if Salah scored this, social media would have absolutely been like bursting. It was that huge. It was definitely that huge. Considering all the facts that this was probably the biggest game in the season till date, having a stalemate was probably one of the better results considering all the other teams. Manchester United then have a lot of difficult games in the vicinity of the Spurs, Leicester, Atalanta, then City, Liverpool on 24th of October in that glamour day of football. We await that, of course. But in the La Liga, Athletic Club Bilbao winning 1-0. Atletico Madrid thumping Barcelona 2-0. Luis Suarez scoring the goal. But then again, this match day 8 was Real Madrid going down to Espanyol. Who knew? Bayern Munich losing, PSG losing. What was this week? Like literally, what was this week? I have literally no clue how this week came into fruition. But some juju was there. Either way, some juju was there that made this possible. But either way, I've not seen the Bayern Munich game. They went down to Eintracht Frankfurt. People telling that this was just a flash in the pan. This was just a one-off. But you've got to expect this kind of results in football. Football is what we live for, underdogs. Is what we live for, the sport. Often when you're supporting a neutral, Shubham is here, says the graphic work looks class. Keep up the good work. Shubham, thank you so much for supporting as always. Lots of love and lots of warmth. We're still waiting on Prashant Bhau. Of course, he's yet to come in. People, Ole out gang is still going on. Hi Shubham, if you're wondering. Even as much as an Ole in guy I am having second thoughts. Considering the fact that United, with all the excuses that we have given in the last season, although we have finished second, there's a lot of teams have piled down. This season, with all the fireworks being added on, you expect United to be at the pinnacle of European football, especially with Mr. Champions League and Champions League, the defender of the Champions League, both having been added to our Arsenal. Sancho as well. Defensive midfielder conundrum would be there. Of course would be there. Without a defensive midfielder, you'd say you cannot fight for titles. But you've got to expect that an 11 world-class players could not make a team. Just one world-class, without just one world-class player, it's not that you cannot win the league. We've been seeing time and again, teams with much lesser, having been shouting out for Leicester. It's not by a large margin. They don't have the best set of individuals in the league. United at this moment of time had the best set of individuals in the league, barring one position. Just one position. That is no excuse by any means. They have to settle in a team. Primarily, I'd start by talking about Bruno Fernandes, that is position. Last season, Bruno Fernandes was playing beyond the striker. We saw Cavani assisting him from the number 10 position in that switch up. Whenever Cristiano Ronaldo is on the pitch, even in the Leeds match, Bruno Fernandes was going beyond the striker, going beyond Anthony Martial. But especially in this, whenever Cristiano Ronaldo is playing, he's popping up wide right just to spamming in the cross because he's the best crosser in the team. But you expect Bruno Fernandes, right? You expect Bruno Fernandes to be fitting in on those teams. I think the stream is there. Stream just crashed. I don't know why. YouTube saying, oh snap. Now YouTube going down. Okay, we are back at this moment of time. Bruno Fernandes, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to sort this out. We saw similarly whenever Cristiano Ronaldo didn't play, at Portugal as well, Bruno Fernandes were popping up with the goods in the number 10. He is the main man there, and he makes the players stick. Everything goes through him. But when Cristiano Ronaldo is coming in, we see Bruno Fernandes drifting out wide, similar to what we saw in the Euros when Bruno was playing out wide, and he was bullshit effective. He was absolutely zero in terms of proceedings. He's absolutely nowhere to be found, and similar spread of proceedings are happening at this moment of time. He deliberately wanted to take the penalty because he was shooting blanks at this point. But you got to expect, other than that Newcastle match where everybody was blown off with the proceedings, you expect Bruno Fernandes to do more, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got to sort that out. Cristiano is doing his share of work, is not getting the balls, especially that change when Cavani came on against the match against Villarreal. He made things happen. You need runners, and that's what Manchester United is not getting at this point of time. Likewise, City, with all the plethora, when people say that there isn't a system, they're right. Manchester United had a system last term. It is just individual players shooting at the goal time and again, time and again, time and again. That is what you don't expect from a team with so many individual players. You don't expect that, do you? You expect much more than what we have at this point of time. You see Barcelona without Leo Messi, depending on their individual brilliance at most of their times, see Barcelona struggle. They left off Griezmann as well, which I see absolutely no logic in. But Antoine Griezmann was supposed to be their best player, considering he used to play that Messi position. Antoine Griezmann is now turning it up in Atletico Madrid with Suarez and co. You cannot expect proper replacements. With Barcelona, I don't know where they're going. People saying that buy Haaland, they buy De Ligt. I don't know where they'd get the money from. They deserve to be in the pinnacle of European football. At this moment of time, it's being shambles. Real Madrid lost in the week as well. Bayern Munich lost in the week as well. Chelsea, Man City having drawn. Spurs winning is obviously an upset, as Shubham said earlier in the comments. I don't know. With the international break, of course, we'd have to wait and see. Have to wait probably 20 odd days since Premier League comes back. And next fixture is around 18th of October. So as a Bengali, there's no interference of the Premier League in the puja. So a little bit of disappointment as well, because friends get together at this point of time, watch a few matches and stuff. But what special mention I'd want to say is about Arsenal, that they're slowly climbing up the table. At this moment of time, Arsenal, let me just bring on the PL table. Arsenal at this point of time are at 10 points, just 6 points off of the top. Just 2 results here and there, and Arsenal are plummeting up and above. Arteta was to be sacked, but right now Arteta has turned it around. He has absolutely turned it around, and he's found a system. I've not watched any Arsenal matches recently, but you've got to expect, right? You've got to expect that this team has the same expectations that I keep having with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He'll turn it around. He had a difficult spell last year, October as well. He came out all guns blazing, and his job was saved. With the plethora of results coming by week in, week out, Man United refusing to lose. Similarly, they are doing the double over City as well. Similarly, with all the fixtures coming up, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, 3 results, I'm saying 3 results. If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does not get it right, he'll face the sack. I don't know if Zidane will come in. I don't know how Conte fits into this team. I don't know if any other manager is available at this point of time, that whether United would take the risk. They're not talking with any other managers at this point of time. 2, I think Carlo Ancelotti and Roberto Mancini are the perfect examples of taking a squad to the next level, who've done it week in, week out. Carlo Ancelotti is one of my favorites. He knows how to handle a big dressing room. Zidane has been popping up here and there, but I don't think Zidane wants a Manchester United job. He wants the French national team job. Otherwise, I don't know, he would have left the Real Madrid. The dream job that he had, he would have left that. Carlo Ancelotti would have been Manchester United manager 100% if he was made available, but he signed contracts with Real Madrid and he'll stay there. I don't see any other managers at this point of time that are available that would come and improve Manchester United. Conte, it's similar with Jose Mourinho. He's a very good manager. He's a very good But he ends up falling out with the board, and he'll not tolerate all the shithousery that's been keeping on happening with the Glazers in the backstop. You saw how he fought with Daniel Levy. He'll get this amount of funds, etc. Paulo Francesca is available, I think so, but it's going a step down for Manchester United, and that is the biggest talking point at this moment of time. And you don't know, and especially you don't know what is going on in the conundrum. Chelsea are fixated at this moment of time. Thomas Tuchel coming up with the goods. They'll probably challenge for the Premier League as well. But you expect the likes. Carlo Ancelotti is not going on there at any point of time. You don't bring in Ronald Koeman or Ernesto Valverde. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is better. People saying Ole out. Even I'm inclining towards Ole out as well. But whom do you bring on? Do tell me on the comments. Whom do you bring in the replacement? Considering Zidane is unavailable because he wants the French national team job. Antonio Conte, not because we don't have the wing backs to play the position, because we don't have 3 proper quality centre backs that can fit in. Rafael Varane, Harry Maguire, I don't think will probably fit in with a 3 centre back formation. They're much more better in a 2-man centre back pairing. We can play Lindelof over there, probably Varane left, Maguire left, Varane in the middle, and Lindelof out wide. But what in a squad, it's so much stacked with wide players. Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, Jadon Sancho, likes of Mason Greenwood, Amad Diallo coming in as well, Shoretire, all Jesse Lingard as well propping up from wide in his recent terms. How does that fit in a back 3? Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not a wing back. He can be moved to a right centre back position, but his positioning is all over the park at a few moments of times. Real Madrid continue to struggle even with Carlo Ancelotti. Are the issues so deep that Project Mbappe needs to be maybe take a back seat in favour of other effective additions? Oh, that's a very good question, considering the fact that there was almost a deal done with Sevilla defender Jules Koundé. That a lot of reports I publicly stated that there was a deal done. That's why the Varane deal took a bit longer, and United had planned to introduce him in the first game week as Leeds itself, but that took a bit of a dragging. But Jules Koundé, Sevilla suddenly, with both Chelsea and Real Madrid, up their price and like, no, we're not selling. You either pay the release clause or like bye tata, bye, good night. That's where it fell apart. Eder Militao and Alaba have played decent, but I think there needs to be a decent inclusion in defense. Midfield is sorted with Eduardo Camavinga, Fede Valverde, Casemiro, Kroos, Modric. But then again, you cannot always bank on Benzema to do the goods, to do the damage. He's been superb. He's been the best player in world football at this moment of time. So close to 15 goal contributions, less than 10 matches in 8 matches. It's absolutely phenomenal. But the likes of Rodrigo, the likes of Vinicius, who's been very good since the start of the season, it looks to be that there is something, that star power, something of a Cristiano Ronaldo-esque name, something of a Sergio Ramos name that gets you through the line. That is what Real Madrid is missing at this point of time. I don't think Project Mbappe needs to take a backseat. Mbappe is coming on a free, of course. There needs to be salary budget that needs to be budgeted at this point of time. So how does that happen? I don't know where Haaland will end up. He'll move next season. You can bank on your laurels. Haaland will move next season. But to where? Manchester United team favourite. I don't know whether it is a media speculation that he would want not to play with Mbappe. Maybe go on to FC Barcelona. I don't know if they have the funds to make that possible. Man City, I don't know if Pep Guardiola has openly stated that he'll do no deals with Mino Raiola. That has been stated. But you've got to accept, right? You've got to accept that Haaland is moving. Bayern Munich seems to be a real proposition, but Bayern Munich are not paying the crazy wages that they have. Please share your insights on FC Sheriff Tiraspol. The club has grabbed in the limelight following some stunning performances. All of that is a flash in the pan. That is what I was saying, that is the moments that we lived, that football lives for. It is for the underdogs. I don't know if Sheriff can make it to the knockout stage. Real Madrid with being footballing royalty. I think they'll overcome the other matches, Inter Milan as well. Inter Milan and Real Madrid. I don't know if they have performed to their gears. I think the international break comes at a time where teams can refresh. teams can actually go out with their frustration and can refresh, because a lot of things, Manchester United, Real Madrid as well, not going so well. Teams can refresh and have a fresh start after having their international colleagues come back and have sometimes a change of scenario is needed. I think international break comes a very possible time, a very suitable time for the likes of Real Madrid, for the likes of Manchester United, for Barcelona as well, considering the fact that they have been under the rocks. Barcelona, I don't know whether someone in the pedigree of a Xavi can actually turn this around, because his squad is so weak. His squad is absolutely ragged at this moment. It's so weak. It's definitely heartbreaking to see a club of that stature being put down to shambles. But it'll take their fans down to the ground, the fans who are holier than thou attitude. I don't want to talk about them because toxicity is there in football. Manchester United fans as well and are not exempt from that toxicity at this moment of time. But you'd expect that them to find that Leo Messi had put them to cloud 9. They were on heaven at that point of time, and now right now they have their feet on the ground. And that's how, that's how life reminds you that yes, you enjoy it. That's what being up is. That's not a constant. You have to be coming down. That's what life reminds you brilliantly. Other results, I don't know how that will pan out, because this was definitely a week of major upsets, but I don't think this dramatic week would result in something more. I'd have to bank something of a lot, like literally a lot, to say that this kind of results will continue. This has been a strange feat considering all the results that have been coming in. But then again, international break comes. Let's see if I can do the watch alongs. I'm shit tired as I speak. I'm waking up around 6-7 in the morning. I have a lot of projects. By all your good wishes, do stay tuned. Do keep supporting. If you want to donate to the channel, you can do so in the numbers below. But then again, we'll be coming back with a lot of new content. There are lots being planned. Let the pujas go by. If you're a Bengali, Durga Puja is absolutely brilliant. Let's hope that they have a good start to the pujas as well. I'll try to do the watch alongs as much as possible, because I have a lot of work in the morning and stuff. Then Claudio Ranieri is back in the Premier League with Watford. Yes, that is confirmed. Though Leicester is expecting too much. Can we expect a massive surge in supremacy? I don't think so. Watford, what Claudio Ranieri did, was build up that squad for around 2.5 seasons, and coming in midway, I don't think Claudio Ranieri would have that effect. I think they'll stay on in the Premier League, and I think expecting Leicester is too much for anything. For anyone or anything. That was a miracle. Absolutely dilly-dong miracle. Let's hope that he's such a gentleman. Claudio Ranieri cannot absolutely not disrespect that gentleman. Let's hope that he can bring his magic back on to the Premier League status. And I think I'll leave it with that. Dilly-dong reminds you that if you fight for something with truly whatever you want in all our lives, in all this scenario that we have continued on fighting, that we have never given up, is what brings you joy. And that setting the goal and never giving up is always important. With that, I think that I'll draw your break of patience and leave this show to a premium. Do keep subscribing, do keep liking and sharing, do keep supporting. There will be some pauses between videos because I have a lot. I'll just probably, you can see my face, I'll just go like dead after the stream ends. Then again, this was fun coming back after like 2 days or so. We'll be back with Indian football content as well. India's match is going on at this moment of time. Let's hope we can connect through WhatsApp, Facebook and Instagram when the hiatus on the internet is lifted. With that, wishing you a very good night. Keeps believing in the spirit of dilly-ding and dilly-dong. Bye-bye for now.